Hi Scorpio, this is a general 6-card spread. The Four of Cups, the Justice card, 7 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, the Hierophant, and the 9 of Swords. Okay, starting from the top left, we have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is a card of illumination, of assessing your options. I think there's a lot of inspiration that's coming to you this month, Scorpio. This is you assessing your options. This is you delving deeper. This is you sitting at the tree of life, assessing where it is that you want to go, how you want to move forward, what your options are. This could be general. If it's in a relationship sense, I feel as though someone might surprise you with something. You will be surprised by how someone reacts, a significant other, how they react, what they say, what they do. They might bring something into illumination that will make you see them differently or contemplate certain things about them. You do have the Seven of Pentacles. This is a card of contemplation, and there's major decision making that needs to take place this month with the Justice card and the Hierophant in the middle column here. But back to the Four of Cups, this is potentially life-changing decisions that you'll be making. In terms of a relationship, there could be someone new that's coming on board, or you might add a different dynamic to the relationship. I almost feel though with the Four of Cups, there's a message that's coming about someone. It's something you may have been fearing, and it may be coming true. Now, however and whichever way you want to take that, but I honestly feel like coupled with the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Swords, I think there's an important decision that has to be made regarding the new information that you might know. Knowing what you know now, could either bring you closer or further apart in your relationships with the Four of Cups. There could also be a gift. It could be someone offering you their love, offering you a gift of some kind here this month. In terms of work with the Four of Cups, I feel it's thinking outside the box, doing something unconventional, doing something daring, doing something different, daring to be different, because I feel like you're preempting one thing with the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Swords, but you will get some sort of inspired thought or idea or person that will change things. It could be a Taurus, could also be a Libra, that may change certain things for you in the workplace or in your careers. There's a sudden contract or a document that will be written up very suddenly, very unexpectedly. It's almost like you'll be a fish out of water potentially. It's an important document. It could be regarding someone's employment. It could be your employment, someone that is working around you, under you, or that you report to. But this will change things. There's a shift that's happening this month, Scorpio, because you do have the Justice card. The Justice card is deliberation, it's karma, it's things coming to a full culmination, it's having a final verdict, it's justice that will be served here. So if there's been injustice around you in relationships, if there's been lack of equality, lack of fairness, I feel like there's an important decision that you need to make, Scorpio, and the time is nearing because it's bubbling under the surface, it's bubbling up. The 9, the 2 nines, the 4, the 7 of Pentacles, it's all contemplation, it's all adding up to a bigger picture here, Scorpio, that this deliberation needs to be made. It's time things are balanced up. It's time justice is served. It could be karmic energy, whether it's good karmic energy, whether it's not necessarily the best karmic energy, but something is coming to a head, to a full culmination this month. We see the scales, but the scales are evenly balanced with the Justice card. This could be a prominent Libra around you that makes this decision, or this could be you. This could be an important document, as I said, a contract maybe. Some of you could be getting in trouble with the law this month. You might be pulled over, you might be breath tested. It could be a range of things. The company you work for might get a subpoena. It could be the company that you work for. If you have a business, you'll get audited. Unexpectedly, the law or the government or the IRS, the taxation office may be involved in some capacity. National insurance may be involved to investigate something. Could be investigating your finances, because you do have the Seven of Pentacles here, this gentleman investigating, looking upon his finances, the growth of what he has in front of him. The Justice card back to the Justice card though, it can indicate that there's a very lucrative contract that's coming through here, but it's major. There's major decision making, major documents, major thresholds that will be crossed this month. In terms of relationships with the Justice card though, this is karma. You will see another side to someone, or you will be illuminated about a piece of information will illuminate how you see someone or how you perceive them. And I think this will make you think differently about them. And it's karma. As I said, whether it be good or whether it be bad, it's coming back, it's circling back around. But for some reason, I feel you might be fearful of this, as indicated by these other cards. The Seven of Pentacles, as I said, is a card of contemplation. You could be seriously contemplating leaving someone. You could be seriously contemplating speaking up and potentially throwing someone else under the bus. Because you want to bring justice to a situation, whether it's your own, whether it's someone you care about, whether it's something, whether you see injustice, you see someone not being ethical, morally righteous, you will oppose and you will give you will give your opinion. For some of you, could be asking for money here with the Seven of Pentacles, the Justice card, maybe looking at your finances, assessing your finances. There could be overindulgences, so steer clear of that. Overspending money that you don't have, or that you shouldn't be overspending or overindulging in luxury goods maybe, or whatever it is. It's not ideal. Now is not the time to do this. Some of you are fearful. You don't know how you're going to make ends meet or come together with the person in a relationship, combining your assets or your living situation. Some of you are fearful to make that big decision, but it needs to happen. And it's better it happens sooner rather than later. Could be an earth sign. As I said, there's a prominent Taurus here. Could be Capricorn or Virgo or Libra in particular. That will heavily impact on your decision making. The next card over, the Nine of Wands, this is a card of needing to protect yourself, being hurt, being alarmed, perhaps being a fish out of water, feeling like you're a lone wolf on your own, feeling fearful though, preempting something that you know on some level is coming to a culmination. I think it's time to deliberate. It's almost like the time is now. You have to act. If this is in a relationship sense, I feel like you'll have your guard up for one reason or another. You'll be hesitating to take a step forward. You'll be fearful because look at these two cards here. They talk about lack of clarity and being fearful and preempting a situation. It could be loneliness. For some of you, you don't want to let your guard down. If you've been single for quite some time and you have someone coming into your life, You're very hesitant to let them in still, and that's okay. Sometimes we need to make time, but I almost feel like they might give you an ultimatum. They might say to you, well, do you want me to be a part of your life or not? Am I in your future? Because they want justice, they want an answer, they want this major deliberation that needs to take place, because maybe they're not receiving it from you, and because you're lacking, you're hesitating, they don't know where you're sitting at, Scorpio, they're confused. Because you're at your tree of life, you're assessing, there's a lot of contemplation, there's a lot of thought that's happening here. You're communicating between your thoughts and your emotions, and you're trying to make a bigger picture out of this, but you're hesitant, you don't want to proceed just yet. Could be with a fire sign as well. The wands do rule fire, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. I mean, this could even be with legalities as well. You could be fearful of what's to come in terms of legalities. The Justice card is here, so this could indicate maybe discrepancies, legal documents that will arise, immigration documents maybe, auditing, business auditing, tax. But it's going to keep you up at night. It's going to keep you distracted. You'll be it's a very scattered energy, but this major decision or contract or justice needs to be served this month. Because the next card over, you have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a beautiful card. I like the Hierophant. I think it represents something quite big, that's quite important to us. It can be representative of marriage. So for some of you that are thinking about getting married or are in marriages, there could be sort of this tension around you. And maybe there's a certain pressure that's coming. Maybe you feel somewhat rushed. Some of you out there could be seriously reflecting on your life, thinking if you'll ever get married, posing really big questions to yourself. If marriage is for you, if you will see it this lifetime, or if you will experience that kind of commitment. Can be a prominent earth sign, Taurus in particular, Virgo, Capricorn around you, that you're wanting to get married to, but a part of you is fearful. It could be trust issues. We have justice. We have the Justice card here. Maybe there's trust issues because in the past you've been hurt, you've been bruised, you've been lied to, you've been deceived. You've been led to think a certain way and feel such strong emotion for another and have it turn to dust. And find that you didn't get your happily ever after, or you weren't given justice. For some that are in partnerships, you're perhaps talking over finances and assets with your significant other, and there could be certain financial strain on you this month where you are feeling perhaps not as affectionate or not yourself. As I said, it's sort of like a fish out of water. So this is the feeling for you this month. Because this, we see these tensions around, coming up for you. Now the Nine of Swords is this, anxiety, worry, fear, doubt. It could be depression. It could be getting yourself into an unhealthy pattern. Now this could be because you're trying to lay low. This could be because you're just doing a lot of reflection. But too much of this is not good for you. And I wouldn't advise you, as much as I advise you to be calculative and look at your finances and your living situation and if this person is worthy, this pattern of thought could lead you to insomnia or lead you to darker thoughts. It could lead to mild depression, mild anxiety, and you just don't need that right now. Definitely not this month. Not with you've got a lot happening. Maybe there's a lot of pressure on you and you feel it's now or never. with the Nine of Swords. Could be loneliness for some of you. You're really wanting marriage. You're wanting commitment. You're wondering why you haven't been successful in previous relationships. It's just this kind of nostalgic feeling even that will be coming in, especially in the night times. Could be an air sign that's causing you grief, an air sign that's giving you an ultimatum. Or maybe you've given them an ultimatum, a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And you're waiting, you're assessing, you're just waiting for them to turn around and say yes or say no. And it's nail biting. Maybe you feel like you're on the edge of your seat. It's a waiting game perhaps. I feel in a work situation, again, these contracts are coming up with the Justice card, the Hierophant. You could be preempting. I'm not sure if there's a presentation you need to make, or you might need to fire someone, or there might be a meeting about someone that is regarding their behavior and you don't want to throw them under the bus. Perhaps you'd rather keep this discreet. You don't want to tell them what you know, what you think you know. Perhaps work might not be going the best for you this month. There could be certain tensions around you. You know, maybe it's not necessarily caused by you, but it might be around you and in turn affect how you are at work. But there is a major deal or a contract coming through for the company, the corporation, or the business you have. You will be overlooking your finances and your part in this deal and how you will reward from it. But you're preempting it. I think I feel it's a major deal, a major contract, a major client, and hence this sort of tense energy that's about. This person, let's have a look. Scorpio. Okay, the Sun. Illumination. The Sun illuminates. The Sun gives birth to new life. This could be pregnancy in a way for some of you. It might be a pregnancy you might not necessarily be planning. It might be a pregnancy you're fearful to have. It might be that this is your first child and you've never experienced pregnancy and you're fearful for what's to come. It might be unplanned. You might not be married with the Sun card here. But it's quite a positive card, the Sun card. But I really feel it's things coming to illumination or breathing new life into existing relationship. This would tie into what we spoke about with the major decision making and the ultimatums in your general read. And I feel this really needs to come to light. It's time to expose and shine light to these issues that you're having, if you're having them. If you're having these issues, these setbacks, this fearfulness, it's all about seeking help and seeking guidance. Because we, especially in this card here, we see this woman and she's adoring the Sun. She's embracing the Sun. She wants the help. She wants to breathe life into this relationship. She wants to enjoy it for what it is and what it should be. And I feel with the Sun card, in terms of your relationships, it's time to expose and illuminate those cracks and crevices, trust issues, fear, doubt, worry, secrecy. This is the month where we need to eliminate all of this, Scorpio. Breathe life into a new relationship, because if it's not one built on justice and trust and equality, then it's perhaps not one that can develop into a marriage or into a partnership. And if this is the case, then maybe it's going to cause you a lot of grief and loneliness. For others that are involved in beautiful relationships, I feel as though this month could really shine your strengths. Maybe, you're looking over the pentacles, you're looking over finances, you're working together, but still something could be illuminated about a partner, whether it's a spouse you've been married with them for 2 years, 20 years, 30 years. There's something that will be exposed and will make you a big decision possibly that will arise and will make the two of you think about things differently, really assess your options. with the Sun card. Could be a Aries, Sagittarius or Leo that you may be dealing with. Or an Aries, Sagittarius or Leo could help illuminate. She could be your best friend. He could be your best friend. They might illuminate something for you, Scorpio, and make you see things in a different light. But they may also plant seeds in your head, so be careful. Be careful you don't let them get the better of you here. But I think it's important you follow your emotion, your inner self, your higher self. You have this about you, Scorpio, this amazing intuitive energy that you can tune into. But someone wants exposure. Maybe you've been in a relationship and you've been hiding this person away, or you've been secret about it, or it hasn't been told to anyone else. This person wants to shine. This person wants to illuminate. And I don't feel you're ready for that yet. For some of you. Some of you could be, but for others the time is, you feel it nearing, but you're not ready for it yet. Okay, we have the World card. The creation of a new world. I love this card. It's beautiful. It speaks of completion, of a cycle coming through, of creating a new world, of seeing the world. Some of you could be traveling or making travel plans with your loved one. Maybe you're organizing to get married, to elope overseas with the World card here. I almost feel like all bets are off. There's this sort of, there's so much possibilities when we look at the World card. I almost feel like there's a person around you in your relationships that, it could even be a friend, it could be an associate, it could be a love relationship, but there's someone that will be a part of your world for a long time to come. Someone that holds a lot of reverence for you, a lot of respect, a lot of admiration. We see this bird. This is about liberation, being free, liberating yourself, liberating this person. For some of you, you have to let someone go because you can't offer them the commitment right now, or maybe they can't offer you the commitment, and you have to let them go. Because when I see the world, I think of this wonderful, what looks like a sakara bird, this wonderful notion that the world is your oyster, that you still have to experience more before this relationship can come to be. Or maybe you're in a beautiful, loving partnership, and you need to tune into and spend more time and devote more time to this person because maybe they feel neglected. Maybe they want to adventure with you, journey with you, and you're too caught up with finances, with work, etc. They are positive cards though. I think you're heading in the right direction. I think it's just emotion, anxiety, past experiences or past judgments, past discretions that are making you feel a certain way for those. But for others, there's creation here. You have the sun in the world. This could be, as I said, breathing new life into the relationship. It could be children, it could be pregnancy. Okay, you've had 2 cards flip over, but I only like to lay out 3 for the relationship so far. So we'll keep it in the background, the 5 of Pentacles. But the one that's sitting on top is the 2 of Swords. The 2 of Swords is friendship, protection, collaboration. It's aligning and meeting someone halfway. It's being on the same frequency. So maybe this is a message for those that aren't on the same frequency and are not on the same wavelength as their partner or whoever they're seeing or whoever they have around them. For some, it's coming together and aligning. It could be through these forms of ultimatums, through reflection. You have to align yourself to this person, and if it's not something that you want to do or something you see yourself doing, then maybe this relationship is not what it's cracked up to be. For some, there's a beautiful partnership coming together. Absolutely beautiful. There's marriage in your future here. I don't know who's causing these sleepless nights, or a bit of anxiety maybe, or just, you know, you think you have something that's almost too good to be true and you're afraid to lose it. That could be the case with the Two of Swords. But the Two of Swords is the crown. It's not the Two of Swords of the Rider-Waite deck, the cards with the purple backing. The Two of Swords is partnership and union. And you prevailing through obstacles, past trust issues, past baggages, past relationships. Again, we spoke about karma. It could be someone that's coming in that's previously caused you grief, concern, lack of trust, animosity. And maybe they're coming back and they want to give you, you want to give them a second chance. It's interesting, you have the Five of Pentacles here. The Five of Pentacles is, in this deck, is obstacles, it's problems, it's setbacks and money, it's concern. So let's just keep that there because it's fallen out. But the Five of Pentacles is these hardships, and I don't know if they're from the past, but you've experienced them firsthand. It's Pentacles, so you've experienced tears and pain, and you've experienced maybe someone else's tears and pain and pleading, but this major decision making needs to happen. Again, it could just be financial struggle, financial hurdles for those that are coupled up and in, you know, harmonious relationships. Let's have a look at your career, creative, on the job front. What's happening here? Businesses. Okay, you have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is about proceeding with caution, ambiguity. Reading into something that isn't all that it seems to be. Again, it could have something to do with this karmic energy. You're very cautious, you're treading lightly. It could be with finances because it is Pentacles, so make sure you're looking at your paychecks and there's no injustice done there, but I really feel there's an audit or there's a review of finances. Someone around you could be stealing from the job, stealing from you, from the business, stealing ideas, ideas that might have been copyrighted, ideas, finances, money, people. They could be poaching people. They could be leaving to work for a different company and poaching your staff maybe with the Nine of Pentacles. There's a big message here of injustice. Justice needs to be served with the Nine of Pentacles. So there is, again, it could be that you might get in trouble with the law or the taxation office because you haven't declared your hours or your income or something like this. And I see you being quite stressed over it, especially with the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Swords. And it's someone very important with the Hierophant here. It could be the government, could be law. A government organization here that approaches you that needs this response. There could be a bit of dishonesty happening around you. You might have a hunch, a premonition about someone. You do have the Nine of Swords, which could be premonition, sleep, dreams, vivid dreams about someone, and you could probably be right, Scorpio. You're very good with your intuition. You feel your way through people, through circumstances, through events, and you know something big is coming. It could have something very much to do with finances, credit card fraud, business expenses, money that's being illegally taken from you, or money that you're legally entitled to hasn't been transferred or received by you. Okay, you have the Magician. This could be new starts, new beginnings. There is a contract in the form of the Justice card here. You could be starting your own self-governing business or thinking about starting your own business with the Justice card. It's something that's going to be in the spotlight though with the Hierophant. So people will notice your talents, notice this business, the product you're selling, the service, etc. It could be a new job as well. In the interview, the employer might even say to you a different salary as opposed to when you start working. So be mindful of this. Make sure you discuss that. We all work for money. It's not being rude. It's being honest. That's what we do. Our time and our effort and energy is valued, so we receive money in the form of service. But with the Magician card, it is new ideas, new implementations. It's also the Magician card with the Hierophant. They're people that have a lot of viewership. So I think there's an influx of clients potentially coming in. I feel like with the Magician in this Egyptian deck, we can see that this figure is green because he represents, he's the god of vegetation, and he represents the inundation of the River Nile in the season of flooding. And it's almost like you might be inundated with paperwork, inundated with auditing, inundated with clients, just overwhelmed maybe. But I feel it's all going to come very quickly and all at once. Hence the sleepless nights, hence the concern, hence the injustice. You might not see it as fair, Scorpio, because this work has been piled up on you very quickly. Again, the Magician, it's tricky with the Magician because he is a tricky fellow. He does manipulate the way we see things so we can be distracted. So someone might be manipulating the way you're seeing something in the workplace, your boss, the person who's paying you, a person who's working for you maybe, an employer, might be manipulating you. So you need to keep a close eye out because the Nine of Pentacles, with the Magician, this can indicate this lack of sincerity or lack of justice maybe. The Queen of Chalices. Queen of Chalices is wisdom. It's foresight. Someone is going to warn you about something in the workplace, in the career, in the business. There's a warning that might come. It could come from a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. But it's foresight. In this particular deck, it's someone having wisdom about something. It's someone experienced that will warn you or give you some very solid advice this month about a contract, about an audit, about a client, about a contract, something you thought was a certain way, but it's not. It's not all that it seems, Scorpio. So be careful. This person will warn you. It could be that, as I said, they just offer you solid advice. They're quite wise, experienced, and they have a natural inclination towards you, Scorpio. There's something about you that they like, and that's why they're sort of looking out for you in the career, in the job prospect. It could be that you're hoping to open up your own business with the Magician, hoping to gain a lot of views and advertising opportunities and exposure. There could be someone coming in that will help you in that sense, help you grow and expand and put your name on the map maybe. Let's lay out another 2 cards for general messages. Okay, the Lovers card. We see Cupid with his Cupid bow. Choosing your partner, choosing wisely. I feel like someone wants to cement something, a relationship, direction and way the relationship is going. It could also be a third-party situation, hence the ultimatums or the big decisions. This could be you. Maybe you've got a couple people around you that you're interested in, wanting to pursue, not really sure which one to go with, Scorpio. One seems likely that they would be committed and dedicated and would make a good partner, and the other maybe does not have as much direction or commitment as the other. It's about choosing, it's about choice, it's about solidifying something, because once the arrow leaves the bow, it's done. There's no going back. Could be that there's a lot of people around you. There's third-party situation around you, around your relationship, or you might hear of this. You might hear of a third-party situation about one of your friends, acquaintances. But there's a lot of choice. You need to make big choices, solid choices this month. This will be demanded from you with the Lovers card here. For those that are in committed, beautiful relationships with the Lovers card, it could indicate a third-party situation, a bit of flirting with someone else. Or it's just that, love is great. It's blissful. You're traveling together, planning travels, aligning yourselves together, breathing new life into your relationship. And we do see him. It almost looks like an angel. It's divine orchestration. So that's really nice. I like that. Okay, 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands is lack of harmony, competition, debates. I see a lot of heated discussions this month with people at work, people at home, family, roommates, girlfriends, boyfriends, husbands, wives, partners. There's a fight that may happen, a confrontation. Could be with a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Could be in your relationships. It's competition. You might feel like someone is competing against you for a role, for a person. You might find that someone has eyes for your lover, for your significant other. You might be, somewhat offended, and this could turn out to be quite heated. Could be at work as well, though. Disharmony and something not working cohesively. There's no natural order, perhaps. Something isn't what it seems. Something's being swept under the rug as well. This could possibly be what's popping up. But it all just comes back to big decision making this month. So I hope this has been insightful for you, Scorpio.